Basically, we just all tried to survive. It was horrible. I was adopted into a family with 4 kids. There was a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of emotional abuse in our home. Unfortunately, some sexual abuse as well. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and there'd be somebody standing over the bed. When I got into middle school, I was just chasing boys. The whole time I was in middle school and high school, that's all I remember was just chasing boys. That was what my role was, and that I'm just your sex object, and that's all I am. After I got married and had my children, I really started to grieve for just my own lost childhood. And then in the year 2000, my oldest daughter really wanted to find my birth mother for me. By the time we found her, we found out that my birth mother had already passed away in 1995. They weren't ready to have kids yet, so they gave me up, and then they stayed together 30 more years and had 2 more kids. So I have a sister and a brother that are a little bit younger than me. They talked about how she was just the most devoted mother in the world. The trips that they took as a family, the beach, the mountains, the camping, all of that. And I thought, that's kind of too bad that I didn't get any of that. And when they sent pictures to me, Mom and Dad and Dave and Connie in their matching outfits year after year, that was just awful. And I just was just sobbing and sobbing. But knowing now everything that I know about having been given up for adoption and not growing up with my birth family, I know that I actually, I'm the one that got the better deal. This whole thing was God's plan. I believe that that I was supposed to be in Sacramento on those monkey bars with Lisa when I was in the 4th grade. She invited me over to her house to play. And the first thing that her dad said to me was, "Do you know Jesus Christ?" And so he shared with me and he asked me, "Do you want to accept him into your heart?" And I said, yes. He had something I wanted, their family had something that I wanted, and it was the first seed. I didn't go to church after that. I just kind of went through my teen years just kind of rocking and rolling and being a crazy teen and doing all the things that teens probably shouldn't be doing, and made a lot of bad choices. Well, 2 years after high school, at a point when I really felt like I had nothing to offer God at all, someone invited me to a free concert. And the last song that they closed the concert with was called "Nobody Knows Me Like You." And in the lyrics, they sing, "Nobody knows me like you. You put your arms around me, bring me through. Put your arms around me, bring me through. There's many times I don't know what to do. Though some know me well, still nobody knows me like you." And there was something about that song that it really hit me that God knew everything. He knew everything about my childhood. He knew everything about the things that I had done in response to my childhood, which I take responsibility for. All of those bad choices that I made, and he knew me and he loved me anyway. And it just totally blew me away. And so at that point is when my life started to have a transformation. God really blessed me because he took all of that, like with Job and all that he lost, and God restored at the end of the story, Job with, gave him a family back and all of those things. And I really felt like God gave me a husband that was loving and wonderful kids. He gave me the childhood that he did, and that was part of his plan for making me into the person that he wanted me to be. And by growing up in that childhood and becoming a Christian later, then I in turn was able to witness to my sister, and she became a Christian. And then she went on to share her faith with her children and so on. So for me, I know that that's where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I got the better results than the rest of them did. They're left with no mom and a dad who has nothing but regrets, and they don't have God. Even though in the beginning they had this wonderful mom and everything, but I got something that's eternal